Good afternoon. So the question given to the freshmen this week, I'll give you a little bit of backstory really quickly. Years ago, I saw this commercial. Have no idea what it was for, but the commercial has just stuck. And I randomly thought of it the other day. Most days can't remember my own name, but this commercial locked away. Anyway, this couple is on, I think it's a blind date, first date. He walks her to the car, opens passenger door, she gets in. He closes passenger door. She's in there for maybe a second and she just rips one, huge, no holding back. She's feeling good. He walks around the car, gets into the driver's side door and says, "Oh, have you all met?" She turns around and there's a couple in the back seat. The guy just looks disgusted and the girl's just like giggling. Anyway, again, I don't know why this commercial stuck or why it popped into my head this many years later. So I asked the freshmen, what would you do if you were on a first date or a blind date and you knew you had to gas? Imminent, you know what's gonna happen, you can't get away from the person. What do you do? Here are their answers. Many of their answers were cough or sneeze really loudly, so I'm not gonna read all of those, but these are some of the ones that were a little different or that just made me laugh, or they elaborated on the coughing or the sneezing a little bit. All right, here we go. Cry. You're just on this date, you rip one, you start crying, it's all downhill from there. Do it and start doing a TikTok dance. Just say, "Hey, I farted," and then look at them. Blame it on the person you're on the date with. Now that would be amusing. You rip one and then you're like, "Ew, you're disgusting. Why did you just do that?" Just do it, dab it up, and laugh about it. So this kid, I picture they're like, I don't know. These kids are entertaining. She knows, she's not the one if she makes a big deal about it. So he's like, "You will accept me for who I am or not. I like it." Well, obviously I'm going on the date because I trust the person. So therefore, I wouldn't be afraid to fart in their proximity. Yay for courage. Well, I'm too young for dates, and I like that. Don't date in high school. It's unnecessary, it distracts you. Wait until way later. Fart as loud as I can. This kid's like, go big or go home. I would scream so loud until my fart comes out so they don't hear it. So the gas isn't gonna scare the person away, but I'm sure the random screaming is probably gonna be an issue. Let's see here. You gotta do what you gotta do. I would not cover it up. I feel the best thing to do is just say it's gonna happen and do it. Honesty is the best policy, even when you have gas. And then this kid's the opposite end of the spectrum. I would do it and then act like it didn't happen. And when he asked, I'd convince him, "You didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about." I would tell them to deal with it and hope that it's quiet. If I couldn't go to a bathroom, I would hope that we were in public so that it is loud and you can't hear it as it passes. And if it's silent but deadly, we could walk away. Crop duster. Ask them if they wanted to hear this song and then give them some earphones and blast the music, and then you're free to pass gas. So then your date won't hear it, but everybody else around you will. Scream really loudly, again with the screaming. Like, that's not gonna be totally weird. I would cough. It would either scare them away or cover up my fart, but realistically, I wouldn't date anyone. Problem solved. I would pretend to fall down, make a lot of noise, have a huge distraction. Then they would be worried about if I was okay, and nobody knows that I actually passed gas. Hold it in or try to, but don't poo yourself. Yeah, then you got a whole other issue. Mute myself on Zoom. Well played. I would warn them. They would be informed about this disaster, and if they still didn't leave, then it would be playing with fire. In my personal opinion, it would be their own fault if they didn't leave or allow me to excuse myself. I would probably let it out and blame it on a baby, because babies aren't aware of anything. I would cough really loudly as I pass the gas, and then if she smells it and says, "Hey, what's that smell? Do you smell that?" I would say, "Yeah, it smells really bad. Probably a skunk that just got hit outside." Try not to die. Words of wisdom. Blame it on the waiter. And then a couple of my favorites. shoot the toot, then make a big scoot, or fart, then dart. It's like a Dr. Seuss book about gas. So there you have it. If you are ever in this predicament, you have lots of wisdom to draw from if you ever have gas on a date. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great afternoon.